Any and all support you can give if you enjoy this video and what I do in general on the channel would be straight up wonderful. I work really hard and do everything alone and make naff from YouTube. Thanks so much and hopefully see you there. Link at the top of the description if you fancy a gander. Now that right there is what I like to call a decent by the numbers OP. Good visuals, some nice attention to detail, and a good song. Reminded me of the singer of one of the ReZero ones.
6週間に薬を届けてくれないか。
わかった親父。
Asoy from My Hero Academia.
最近女狩りが多いから気をつけていくんだよ。
Contrasting the bright and colourful, peaceful looking images with a kidnapping, either one feared to happen, that has happened, or might yet happen. Three wins, firstly not running on the spot. Secondly, no CGI in this crowd that I can see whatsoever, entirely done by hand and tons of movement in it too, no less. Thirdly, the animators breathe a ton of life into this scene with all of the incredible looking visuals and sheer volume of things going on screen. Truly impressive spectacle. Emergency kawaii alert times 2! That's the dedication I personally adore, choosing to animate her moving through the entire scene.
あら、マオマオ。パイリン姉ちゃん。で、また傷増えてるじゃないの。
Ryuko from the outstanding Kill la Kill.
ちゃんとご飯食べてる？姉ちゃんは相変わらずご立派なことで。
That very sly comment that we all fully understood. Some truly gorgeous looking visuals of the general environment to start off the episode. That reaction though!
まさか人さらい？
Kinda shocking event. Turns out it was events of the near future. Beautiful looking full view of the city. Looking very realistic too, I must add.
東宮のご誕生です。リファ様、おめでとうございます。
Mikasa from Attack on Titan.
旗迷惑にも売り飛ばされたか身代わりにされたのか知らないが、あれからもう3ヶ月。
The shockingly calm reveal that she was taken 3 months ago now. This scene essentially giving us the lowdown on this place's order of things, who was in what position and what goes along with doing those roles and so on. Ironically here, she's putting herself down, but I thought the up-close look at her face was lovely.
好きになんだよ。へえ。そんなに美形なら一度は見てみたいよね。そう思わない？
I don't think I've seen any of her work, but the voice actress I thought sounded way too cute to not get a win here.
勝利。
申し訳ないのですが、イカンは今、東宮の処置にかかりきりでして。
Hoshino Aquamarine from Oshinoko.
頭痛、腹痛。やっぱり絶対呪いだよ。
Clever way really to begin to introduce her likely extensive knowledge of herbs and healing potions when she hears about the symptoms plaguing mother and child.
過ぎないが。チートばかし言ってみるか。
I'll be real, normally this wouldn't tip over into getting a win, but she makes such a funny noise when shuffling away. The attention to detail on these buildings is nothing short of stunning.
そんなわけないとあなたも分かっているでしょう。シャオリンも同じように苦しんでいるのですから。
Emporio from JoJo's Part 6, Vivi from, well, Vivi, Anya from Spy Family, and of course Firen from The Incredible Firen.
バカだろ、あのヤブ。あれだけ妃二人のそばにいて、本当に気づいてないのか。
See, I like that. She's figuring something out that we're not yet told what it is. So I'm like, ooh, over here. Beautiful looking eye. I mean, come on, that's so good looking, it might as well be a friggin' photo. Between her realistic wailing and the same for the weather, it makes for quite an impactful scene.
尺投げですか？
おしろいは毒。赤子に触れさすな。
Oh my God! If only she had bothered to read the note, she could have saved her son's life. That is fantastic writing. Doing a lovely smooth rotating shot like it's no big deal.
そばかすをやばい
That was so well done. I swear.
なんて疑り深いんだ
I really am enjoying this building dynamic already. It's very funny actually. The internal set design truly is nothing short of beautiful looking every time.
これは下女の仕事着に使われる布だと知っているか？
そういえば似てますね
I think it's good how some reasons were given as to why he suspected her in the first place, hearing the muttering, knowing she can write, which is rare for them, and the cloth origins.
あの日事件の真相に気づいたからです原因はおしろいだと
Good how they changed the scene from light to dark to really accentuate the impact of the scene.
私は薬屋でしたので毒には詳しいのです
Even though things got brighter, the music really sold the scene as also being rather impactful too.
フミを見つけてリファ妃にもおしろいのことを伝えましたが私が何を言っても逆効果だったみたいです
It's a crying shame, but this scene has the added benefit of building her as a character and her kindness. She didn't look at her as a rival in love, but instead she tried to save her child's life.
それでは今日から私の次女になってもらいます
Two wins. Firstly, I like this art style. They keep using this episode for comedic purposes. It fits the tone nicely, and I've had more than a few chuckles from it. Secondly, it's nice to see this change in the story at such an early point in time.
やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいいやおとなしく働いていればおかえり
This overall reaction to getting the job. Filling this overhead scene with a great many moving parts.
毒だ
A good end to the first episode there, just giving a taste of what is to come next, no doubt.
飾りみたいな優しさじゃなくて
A very simple by the numbers ED, lots of space, swimming visuals, and of course a nice calming send me off to sleep because the episode has ended song, Sleepy Times.
玉葉妃の宮に新しい侍女を雇われたそうですね。
Diavolo from JoJo's Golden Wind.
帝の寵妃という立場は常に人を疑わなければ
Showing this because the music is lovely and fits the vibe and feel and time period the anime is going for to a T.
玉葉妃にしっかり使えるように
That reaction from her really got to me.
なんてかわいそうな子
Meeting the other ladies in waiting, as it were, and they all seem very kind at first glance with this scene. I figured they'd be jealous or something, but no, they're lovely.
毒味役
毒味
Nice twist. To the girls, this is the worst part of the job you can possibly do, naturally due to the risks. But to her, she's just so happy with the food.
当時の毒味役だった次女は神経をやられて今も手足が動かない
Taking an otherwise bright and colourful vibe of comedy to a much darker arena at the mention that after becoming pregnant, people tried to assassinate her twice! The poor girls who got it instead! Even though it's made into a more funny type of moment, the fact remains she did a number on her own arm, but in the process did learn a heck of a lot about poisons, becoming immune to many.
あらら結構高いのよこれむしろ請求するくらいじゃないと
Ah, I thought she was trying to get her into trouble. Glad I was wrong, and the idea is to cost her kidnappers money.
いいから休んでてもともと手は足りてるんだから暇だ
I tell you, the comedy like this is really up my alley. Making her look like a pig.
なぜ聞かない
So good already. I'm really enjoying the laughs in this one. It's nothing too in your face either, but also not super subtle. Small win, but hands down, this anime contains the best looking flowers in all of anime history to me. How come the food looks so real though?
サイン剤入りですね。
食べなくてもわかるのか。
この男、まさかサイン剤入りと知ってて食べさせようとは。
She further is able to prove her extreme worth via the skill shown of being able to smell something so specific from a food item, plus her reaction to what she thinks was his intention.
普通に考えると村民が毒を持ったということになるけれど、この花は尺投げと言います。いえ、摂取すると吐き気や呼吸困難を起こします。
なるほど。
This was an excellent scene. It showed the height of her skills, to be given the situation at hand from such a long distance away, and yet put things together to most likely solve the riddle.
作る。つまり、
She's basically like mine from Bookworm, but instead it's with anything to do with making or testing potions and such.
いえ、部屋でお茶でも。
帝のお通いがないからと他の男を寝女に引き入れようなど不心得も甚だしい。
全く。
It's interesting how the real life aspect to elements of their life during this period of time is shown, such as here, a seemingly innocent invitation is actually not a cool thing to have done.
あんな軽蔑した目で見られたのは初めてだ。
How he secretly kinda likes it.
それでは行ってきます。
頑張ってね。
はい。
She looks so utterly adorable in that art style like that.
なんで次女が勝手に私のテリトリーに入って。
How they did him muttering ever so slightly under his breath. She really is like mine is with books. But also, I couldn't ignore that weird little happy dance she was doing either.
牛乳とバター、砂糖、蜂蜜と粉末のカカオ。これだけあれば十分。
Making all of the ingredients look so damn good looking like it's no big deal. In the same vein as anime such as Dr. Stone, I just enjoyed the process of seeing her creating something she is passionate about.
とりあえず効力は分かった。
The girls enjoying themselves, I suppose, was a funny scene though, among other things.
大丈夫です。見せていた。
Can't believe they included this.
あとは私が食べても問題ないのか。
それはおやめください。
冗談だ。
Something I find myself enjoying already is how carefree her master is, as it were. She's actually quite lovely.
ありがとう。
Whoa, the first time it works more than it doesn't work. This creepy as hell ending, goodness me! Damn, I thought maybe the end of the last episode was weird looking, but more of a gag than anything else. Kinda makes shocked to see it turn out like this. It really is creepy. Small win, but it felt like nice world building to hear them talking about their own homes in various different locations.
帝の張飛の故郷だもの。中央も無視できないわ。
For context, she reports that trade is increasing a lot to one area of the empire. Turns out it's due to it being the home area of his favourite lady, their mistress. I liked that added info.
ねえ、何か困ったことはない？ちゃんと食べてる？
I thought the worst of them for some reason, like there'd be backstabbing going on, but they're just genuinely lovely, like right here, bless her heart.
城壁はぐるりと後宮を囲んでる。出入りできるのは東西南北四方の城門のみ。
Damn dude, is she about to put on a detective hat and figure out the mystery behind the ghost woman too?
私の分もお願いするよ。
ただいま。
They do such a stupidly great job with all of these reactions, I swear.
なるとこいつ旧館長より上の立場か。帝のお手つきか。
何かものすごく失礼なこと考えていないか？
気のせいではないですか。
Love how they changed his facial reaction from smiling, likely knowing she's thinking about him, to looking a bit annoyed towards the end there.
本当に困った。
なんて粘着質な男なんだ。
I'm not sure I'll ever get bored of these kinds of reactions from her.
継承はいりません。ガオシュン様の方が。
ではシャオも。
シャオっていきなりちゃん付けですか。
Okay, I genuinely report back happily. I'm really enjoying this one and its story and characters. Little interactions like this do me the world of good to really get me liking what I'm seeing. 4 second long not walking on the spot.
月下の不要。
勘がいいですね。
Ah, okay. Seeing what it is now, it's in no way creepy. Also though, not only is it not creepy, it's kawaii.
仕方がないと言えばそうなんだろうけど、歌詞なんてかわいそうに。
The story gives us a real good understanding of what life was like back then. A simple stumble before the Emperor, and he lost any and all interest in her, and that was it.
元気出してくれるといいよね。小さな属国の姫だって言うから帰りづらいかもしれないけどさ。
This then makes for an excellent follow-up win. There's that added stress that if she doesn't do well here, she'll be sent back home and then be seen as a failure by her family and people maybe. I know I already winned it, but it seems such a shame to mention it once and move on. The flowers are truly beautifully done, and someone worked so hard on that genuine art.
つまりその妓女は身請け話が嫌だったの？
おそらく。
Interestingly, I may have gotten the wrong end of the stick. Perhaps she doesn't want to be purchased, and that is what is stressing her out. It's tricky and intriguing.
本当に？
どうか落ち着いて。
I'm so confused. I'm trying to read between the lines and all I see is blank paper. What a stunning look at her room at night. Wow. I thought the last visual was stunning, but look at this. Hand-drawn characters in the distance, and out over the top can be seen the city. Damn, that's good. Showing this piece of music because it really struck me as being quite beautiful and fitting the scene really nicely.
あくまで推測ですので、他言無用でお願いできますでしょうか。
詐欺？
身請けを申し出た2人の男は知人同士だったのです。不要費とお相手の武官は同じ故郷でお過ごしになられた幼なじみなのです。報奨を許され、不要費の可視を強く願い出たそうです。目論見通り夜とぎはなく、今も身綺麗なままです。
Proud to give the anime its first max wins. The end result was a web of complication and intrigue, way more than I had imagined to be the case, but luckily it had a happy ending for them. Oh, don't even know them, but that was a sweet moment right there.
不要費が羨ましいなんて言ったら私はひどい女かしら。
An equally moment as she has a moment where her guard is entirely down and thinks more about simply being with someone she is actually properly in love with and how she can never do that now. My god, that was stunningly beautiful. That nearly brought a tear to my eye. Their love with those sights.
恋が女を美しくするのであれば、どんな薬になるだろう。
I like how she ponders this question. It feels like very much something she would ask and think about in this moment.
噂の薬師殿に頼みたいことがある。
So far, they've got a real good habit of ending episodes at the perfect place to add a little bit of suspense to what is to come next, a bit like One Piece does most of the time.
毒はございません。
Honestly, the sheer volume of frames that went into that very serious scene of checking over the food was nothing short of brilliant.
リファヒの容体が悪い。しばらく見てくれないか。
The villain Jin from My Hero Academia who could split himself into clones.
高級に残っていたものは宦官が全部回収したらしいよ。
そっか、よかった。
Whoa! What is with the obscene amount of frames being poured into this episode? This was insane, and all they're doing is having a meal. It was like an anime movie up in here.
まあまあこの後厨房だよね。
うん、
お料理頑張ってね。
ありがとう。
Dropping a win here because I wanted to say I really like their dynamic and how good friends they are. It's only been 3 and a bit episodes, but she's a lovely girl who helps the main character a lot.
ここは下船の者が出入りするような場所じゃないのよ。
Ah, that makes total sense now, and thus I am legit annoyed. She's been asked by the Emperor to look after their mistress, and they're turning her away, wrecking the food that will kill her!
こんな貧しいものよりも、まず病人には十分な栄養が必要に決まっているでしょう。
あれがいつもの食事か。
What I like is where she totally goes all detective here, figuring out that the food is no good for a poorly stomach to handle, so she's not getting any better. She's so smart.
あなたみたいな下賤なものがいるから部屋の空気が悪いんだわ。早く出て行って。
If the anime wanted me to become angry, mission sorted. These women, man, she's so close to being able to help her and they want to blame her for everything. Well done eliciting that from me.
とりあえず中に入ろうか。
紳士様
That was hands down the best reaction so far.
ほら、行け。
What a legend! Few quick words with the ladies and she's in there and able to do her job.
前と同じ肌色。妃に化粧をしているのはお前か。
ええ、そうよ。当たり前でしょ。
そうか。
One of those rare times where I literally go like, oh snap! What a great reaction to get from me. She's still stupidly putting that same poison on her skin, even knowing it's banned. Max wins!
なんでこれが禁止されたか分かってんのか。誰が自分のガキ殺した毒を喜ぶんだよ。
She can have another here too. Utterly badass moment. The voice actress nailed it. She went to a place we've never seen her go. Proper dark. I loved it.
女ってのは恐ろしいな。
女とは本当に恐ろしいな。
Nice callback there. This is also getting max wins. I'll be honest, I found it utterly beyond thrilling to watch her go from baby steps to washing her to giving her tea and more food. So seriously good.
おお、さすが気が利く。
It's sweet that they now know her well enough to get her a nice gift that they know she'll love.
蒸気風呂ですか。
汗をかかせるのが大事らしい。
使えるんですかね。
I really like how far she's going to help her patient, but on top of that, how far he is in turn willing to go to help her achieve that same goal, but more so doing it for her, I'd wager.
ならば食事を取らねばいいことです。海をハムということは死にたくないからでしょう。
How this is her response to why don't you just let me die? It's one that's very pragmatic. Very likely what she needs in this moment than someone else to fawn pointlessly over her. To be real, I found this a really beautiful moment between a mother and her now lost child. It was bright, full of love and hope for a time, and very serene. How can it be so thrilling to watch a sick person getting better? I don't know, it just is. Max wins here because I totally spaced before and didn't notice that they've been doing fully animated montages to this point, which is the height of awesome. Take those well-deserved wins.
少しお休みください。
そうか。
Very good job making her look visibly tired.
リファ様。
At the same time, same win for making her look visibly better.
少し水をもらえないだろうか。
Feels like a good location to add a win for some character growth there. Still can't believe she made that error, but at least she did learn from it and is better off for the punishment. Their wildlife is about as good looking as their incredibly well done flowers. Made me genuinely very happy to see her up and about by herself again. It's a lovely moment as she visits her kindly like this. One could almost say completely against her personality displayed from several months ago when her son was healthy. She's changed. This scene felt like the wrapping of the gift that has been the last episode and a bit of this storyline. She clearly wants to try getting pregnant again, continue living her life, but has worries. And for me, again, it was too long to show, but her words here helped to push her forwards in a really profound way, reminding her of her special assets. For me, it was the bow to wrap this story. So good and smooth, I had to show it first. So many assets!
マオマオ大丈夫？そんなにやつれて。
よっぽど大変だったのね。
Them really caring about her, having clearly missed her, that was lovely.
マオマオが目を泳がせたのはまた別の話である。
I like how the narrator sounded like she was totally in on it, a gift for those doing narration, as we're told the Emperor has been visiting the other lady a lot recently.
呪いだ。
Wow, they absolutely went and did it again, ending the episode in such a cool, nice, gotta watch the next one sort of way. This is what I like to call fresh movements, meaning each attack is different to the last. Nothing is repeated to ease the animation workload. Nice job. They then do the same here again, but the main win is for him looking like a badass. I hadn't expected this from him. The environments truly are breathtaking.
やっぱりあった。
Even the mushrooms are looking photorealistic.
おお、こっちにも。
She's such a cute character, and just like when she did Summer Spider So What, she really nails the voice acting and becomes easily the center of attention for all voicing in the anime.
これです。
おお、初物の松茸じゃないか。
お好きなようでよかったです。どうぞ。
おお、おいしい。
これで共犯。
It's really funny that he's like an older male version of herself, but still clearly gets happy at the sight of things like this.
おいしい。
Toots and Orbs!
呪いを解く薬を作ってくれませんか。
呪い？
And so begins the next part of the overall story and another interesting ailment.
仕事をしていたら。
なんだ？女物の衣？
Nice little touch there, making his voice be so hollow sounding, like an old school VHS or something. It's weird, but sounds creepy and fits the bill.
炎ってこんな色でしたか？
Goodness me, she's so smart and already figuring stuff out!
お見事。さすが薬屋だ。
ジンシ様。お待たせしました、ジンシさん。シュン。
Something about even the old man reacting in this way really made me laugh. Whole lot of decent animation in this scene. Learning more about their work and the general hierarchy, and also seeing a couple women I hadn't taken much note of, or maybe hadn't seen yet to this point, expanding the lore.
それ全員参加ですか？
当たり前でしょ。
Her taking it so seriously.
肌着にポケットを縫い付けました。中にカイロを入れれば寒さを防げるかと。
This is like some Dr. Stone Dizzle, this is! Yet another stunning looking visual.
あなたは私の次女なのよ。
ありがとうございます。
She really is very kind to her and the others who work for her. It's quite lovely, actually. How they did the whole forcing her into makeup scene. Once again, a big shout out for the wonderful music perfectly fitting the tone of the show. It really reminds me of this great old strategy game I used to play called Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom.
華やかでありながらどこか神秘的なのは翡翠の瞳を持つ玉葉妃だからでしょうね。
Well, she's definitely cute, that's for sure.
ごきげんよう、ジンシ様。
ああ、薬屋か。化粧をしているのか。
That reaction and getting to see her in makeup for the first time was a funny experience. She looks so strange to me.
化粧をして消したんだろ？
化粧を落としたから消えたんです。
Wait, her freckles legit aren't real? She paints them on? This is a plot twist, no?
裏路地に連れ込まれないようにするためです。 チビで痩せギスの仕込めならそうそう狙われることはないですから。
悪いな。管理が行き届いてなくて。
Made for quite the sad and serious scene here, I must admit. She was doing it to really try and blend into the background in every way imaginable.
腹立たしくないのか。
それは言うまでもなく。でも、人士様のせいではありません。
How she approaches these things with such maturity, she knows being angry at him for her circumstances is blaming the wrong people, and that's why she's cracked on with this life.
痛いです。
そうか。やる。
それはどういう意味？
いよいよね。
I'm not exactly sure what this means, whether it is a declaration of love or something, I do not yet know, but the scene itself has to get a win. Felt very profound when it happened. Between the music, the CGI weather effects and the hand-done animation on the dancers, it easily scored a beautiful win here. They've only gone and done it again! Another great ending to an episode. Clearly something might be up with the food. Got another small expansion of the lore during this scene, but also I really enjoyed the dancing and music on display, along with noting all the guests from a side view looking unique.
あんなの恥もいいとこだものね。
なんですっていいわママに謝りなさいよ。
Nice of her to take so much offense on behalf of Mao Mao. Just goes to show how kind she is and how loved Mao Mao is in the group. So good and so creepy, reminding her of the darker times when she worked to help their mistress get well.
不幸な身の上に加え、自ら顔を汚すほど男性不信なのに。
For context, just before this, she said she was okay and it isn't time to change their pocket warmers, and they react collectively like this. I just thought it was lovely, really. Well animated drive-by snobbery!
寒いなら持っておくといい。
お人よしね。水晶宮の次女にも分けていいかなんて。
She really is too kind, but in a good way. In spite of being kidnapped and brought here, being treated how she was in the past, and she still wants to show some kindness like that.
どうも。
俺、リハクって言うから。
One nice side perk, assuming it's all legitimate, since I must admit, even though I'm a serious student of history, ancient Asia isn't my forte, is I'm learning a lot about very old customs.
用事はこれだけ。
Ah, it's so nice to see the love being shown to her in various different ways through the series, and this new type being shown here. Oh, but it's not quite so straightforward as I first assumed. There could be unintended offence caused by this. Very clever and intriguing, really. I found it interesting seeing the difference between how she approaches life as a food and drink taster and how the other lady reacted. No sense of calm whatsoever. I swear her reactions to tasty food is on par with Usopp and Chopper's reactions in One Piece. Heck of a lot of detail in that.
これ、毒です。
Damn, that's 2 max wins, that is. The visuals were so good that I almost forgot about her literal job, and suddenly that reveal was done with an even more impressive focus on visuals. Let's go! Such a weird reaction to it being poison.
何をするのですか？
医務室へ向かう。
毒なら吐き出しました。体に異常もありません。
The first instance, really, where genuine concern for her well-being is displayed by him.
大丈夫か？
はい、もう何も出ません。
She really is such a funny and unique woman.
失礼します。食べられないのは魚介ですか？食べられないものはサバですか？知っていて与えたのなら毒を盛るのと同じことです。
She's so very quick at figuring out stuff though. I really enjoy watching her piece it all together each time, I must admit.
夢忘れないようにしてください。
She looks so sick saying this! That'll do it for this first quarter, ladies and gents. As always, if you enjoyed yourself, subscribe to not miss the next 3 vids, and Patreon is there to support and vote in what you like to. Darth Weirdo, Fidgy, Nick Wyndham, The Element Taylor Wars, Christopher Willis, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Fancy Turtle, Kepan, Mini Masher, Marquez, Nozomi, Orkeeper, Otar Bananisi, Steelers, The Epic Commander, Bird Without a Word, Brandon Kriya, Brian Bayard, Cameron, Christian Tavasa, Commander Cyrus, David Mayer Olmos, Doggos for Life, Dragonstorm 35, Aaron Winters, Guru, James Tafoya, Jor Edvinson, Kevin Halston, Comfroy, Kylie Welp, Luis Benito, Mr. Mansu, Nightly Winter, Peter Milligan, Ruby Rose, Satoko Yari, Zionx 44, Sean, Starkip, The 100s, Tiger Lily Warrior, Ajoka, Alexander Schwartz, Ali 50, Amadillo, Brainless Ben, Cecilia, Cedric, Cloud Garden, Dante Soul, Dante's Face, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Devon, Dragon Defender, Iso, Francie, Garrett Vermish, Gibbs, Hoot Lowe's Ritter, Hunter Miranda, Isel Caldera, Jason Davies, John, Jaffa 6263, Kai Wolfspring, Kelnog, Kevin Nelter, Kevin 102, Knuckle Duster, Kai 158, Kyle Jones, Laxor, Laxis, Liam Gogati, Lifty, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Matthew Blancett, Michael Lewis, Motivirum, Moodini, Mr. Fire Cool, Nathaniel Gregomosa, Natsu Dragneel, Nick Monaco, Nick Pell, Novagaum, 1928, Ollie the Mighty, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Oscar I. Lopez, Owen Halloran, Q-Flash, Chris Harris, Ryan DeVeries, Psychomi Aorum, Sarcastic Truth, Snowy, Stan, Storm 970, TRS, Thrasher 340, Will Sass, Willyman.